So now, let's continue our discussion. Let's have the measures of position for the ungrouped data. So let's have the first measures of position, which is the quartiles. So from the word quartiles, the three score points which divide a distribution into four equal parts. Quarter, it is divided into four equal parts. So let's say this is your data. Ito po. Ito ang data mo. And then, sa quartiles, dinivide po natin yung data mo into four equal parts. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 equal parts. And we have here 3 score points. Your first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. So, your first quartile is the 25% of the given distribution. Nasaan po yun? Ito po. Yan yung 25%, which is also known as the lower quartile. Next, second quartile is the 50% of your distribution. Asa naman yun? Ito naman po yun, which is also known as the median. And last is the third quartile, which is the 75% of your distribution, which is also known as the upper quartile. So for you to be able to solve for the position of the quartile, we have this formula from the Mendenhall and Sinsich method. The position of your k sub k is equal to k divided by 4 times n plus 1, where k is the position you are solving for. Let's say you are solving for the first quartile. Then your k will be 1. You are solving for the second quartile. Your k will be 2. You are solving for the third quartile. Your k will be 3. And then you will divide it by 4 since the data is divided into 4 equal parts. Next is n, stands for the total number of your sample or the total number of your data plus 1. Remember ha, sa quartile po, nakadivide po yung inyong given na hinahanap sa 4. Kasi po, according to its definition, divided into 4 equal parts. Okay, next, let's have the deciles. Ayan, the 9 score points which divide the distribution into 10 equal parts. Ayan naman. So, yan yung data mo. So, dinivide natin siya sa 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Equally. Ayan. And then, meron po siyang 9 na score points. We have here your first decile, which is the 10% of the distribution. Ito yan. Second decile is the 20% of the distribution. Ito naman yan. And then third decile is the 30% of the distribution. Ito naman yan. And so on and so forth hanggang sa makaabot ka sa 9th decile or the 90% of the distribution. So for you to be able to solve for the deciles, your formula will be d sub k is equal to k divided by 10 times n plus 1. So same, k is the position you are solving for. Let's say you are solving for the third decile. So your k will be 3. Saan naman siya ngayon nakadivide? Unlike kay quartile po, nakadivide sa 4 kasi nga divided into 4 equal parts. Dito, nakadivide naman siya sa 10. Okay, same pa din. N is the total number of your data or your sample plus 1. And last is the percentiles. So the 99 score points which divide the distribution or the data into 100 equal parts. So sa 100 siya ngayon dinivide. So meaning your first percentile is 1% of the distribution, second percentile 2%, third percentile 3%, and so on hanggang sa makaabot ka sa 99th percentile, which is the 99% of the distribution. And the formula will be position of your percentile of k is equal to k, divide naman siya ngayon sa 100 times n plus 1. Again, kapag si quartile po nakadivide sa 4, si decile nakadivide sa 10, si percentile naman nakadivide sa 100. Okay? So now, to calculate the position, we need to use the Mendenhall and Sinsich method. Ano po yun? So, a method of finding the value. So, para makuha mo daw po yung value, let's say, sinasolve mo po muna si position, no, ng iyong data. Kapag kinukuha mo po yung position gamit si Mendenhall, pag first quartile po, ira-round up mo yung position. Kapag third quartile naman, ira-round down mo po yung nakuha mong sagot sa position. Kapag kay decile naman po at kay percentile, round off. Okay, again, sinosolve mo po dito position. Pag nakuha mo na yung sagot sa position, kapag Mendenhall lang ang ginamit mo, kapag first quartile round up, third quartile round down. Kay decile at kay percentile, kahit ano po sa kanila, round off. Kapag ginamit si Mendenhall. Ngayon, meron pa naman po tayong ginagamit sa pagkuha naman ng value, which is the linear interpolation. So, may nakuha ka ng value sa position. Hindi mo po yun gagalawin. Hindi ka magra-round off, hindi ka magra-round down, hindi ka magra-round up kapag linear interpolation ang ginamit mo. As is na yung position na yon. After that, sa pagkuha ng value, tsaka mo siya gagamitan ng linear interpolation. So, ano ang formula kay linear interpolation? We have the higher value minus the lower value multiplied by the decimal part plus the lower value. So, we'll represent it as B minus A multiplied by DP plus A. So, bigyan ko po kayo ng very quick na example. So, let's say we have here 12, 15, and 17. So, that is your data. Let's say tatlo lang, no? And then, ang nakuha mo po sa position ay 1.5. Halimbawa lang po, ang position na po na nakuha mo ay 1.5. So, 1.5 position. So, meaning po, nasa pagitan po yun ng ng first and second data mo po. So, gagamitan mo siya ngayon ng linear interpolation. So, ito po yung inyong magiging A, ito po yung inyong magiging B. Tapos, yung decimal part po, kukunin nyo lang po yung decimal part nung nakuha nyong position. Hindi po yung lahat, ha? Hindi nyo po isasama yung whole number. Yung decimal part lang po. So, kapag nilagay natin siya sa formula, magiging 15 minus 12 times the decimal part, which is 0.5 or 0.50, plus yung A po natin, which is 12. So, 15 minus 12, that is 3. So, 3, multiply natin yan sa 0.5, tsaka po natin i-add sa 12. So, 3 times 0.5, that is 1.5. Add na po sa 12, so we have 13.5. And that will be your value. Okay, ganyan po gamitin si linear interpolation. Okay? So now, in solving the measures of position po, we have 4 steps need to be followed. Okay, first is, you will arrange the data in ascending order. So, meaning, maliit po papunta sa malaki. Second, isa-solve mo po yung position gamit yung formula na flash ko kanina kay quartile, kay decile, at kay percentile. Third po, isa-solve mo na ngayon yung value. So, yung value po, syempre, nakarelate po sa nakuha nyong position. Let's say, ang nakuha nyong position ay third position. So, babalik kayo dun sa given na naka-arrange. Titingnan nyo, ano yung data na pangatlo? And that will be your value. So, again, sa value, pag sinabing gagamitan nyo ng linear interpolation, then gagamitin nyo po yung formula ni linear interpolation. Ngayon, kapag sinabi lang Mendenhall ang gamitin ninyo, then round up, round down, or round off lang po kayo sa paggamit, sa pagkuha po ng position and value. And last is, of course, after makuha si value is we will interpret. Okay? Ayan, let's have our example number 1. And here, we will use the Mendenhall and Sensich method. O, tatandaan ha, in solving the position in Mendenhall and Sensich method po, kapag Q sub 1, round up. Kapag Q sub 3, round down. Kapag decile at percentile po, round off sa position. And then solve for the value. Okay? So let's have this given 16, 7, 1, 21, 31, 7, 3, 30, and 27. So ilan po yung n natin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, where n is equal to 9. Okay, first step is we will arrange the data from lowest to highest or in ascending order. So what will be our data? Ano na kapag naka-arrange? So it will become, ayan, 1, 3, 7, 7, 16, 21, 27, 30, 31 per n or where the total number of your data or sample is equal to 9. Okay, next. After mong mag-arrange, anong sunod? Ayan. So, hahanapin po natin si first quartile tsaka si third quartile. So, sunod mo po after ng arrangement is you will solve for the position. After mo ma-solve si position, you will find the value and then you will interpret. Okay? So, let's have our solution number 1, which is for the first quartile. Okay, so again, we have this data, arranged data, and the total number of our sample is 9. So, gagamitan po natin siya ng formula. Dinirect na po ni ma'am. Ayan. So, ang formula po natin again for quartile, we have Q sub K is equals to K divided by 4 times N plus 1. So, since here we are solving for the first quartile, then your K will be 1. Ayan. Divided by 4. And then, n po natin, which is 9. Ito na yon, plus 1. Okay, yan ang first. Sunod, ang sunod mong isa-solve po is yung nasa loob muna ng parenthesis. We have 9 plus 1, which is equal to 10. Remain po si 1 over 4. Ayan na yung second. Next is, paano po naging 10 yan? Ito po ating whole number dito na 10 ay imumultiply nyo lang po sa numerator and copy the denominator. Again, so yung numerator po, imumultiply natin sa whole number. After that, copy lang po si denominator. So we have 1 times 10, which is also 10. Copy the denominator, which is 4. So 10 divided by 4, we have 2.5. At again, anong sabi natin kanina sa Mendenhall and Sensich method? Ayan, kapag si first quartile po ang kinukuha, anong gagawin niya sa position? Round up. Okay? So, round up natin, your position will be the third position. Okay. So, paano nyo ngayon kukunin yung value? Tingin kayo sa data, and then hanapin yung pangatlo. We have 1, 2, 3. So now, this will be the value of your first quartile. Okay, we have 7. So again, first quartile po natin is third position. Okay, and then after that, yung value naman ng ating first quartile is equal to 7. So what will be the interpretation? So, therefore, ito po ang symbol ng therefore. Ayan, therefore, 25%, kasi sabi natin, di ba, si first quartile is the 25% of the data. So, 25% of the data has a value less than, o pag sinabing less than, maliit, or equal to 7. So, meaning po, ayan, so that is the 25% of your data. Okay? Next, let's have our second solution. So, sa pangalawa naman nating solution, ang sinasolve naman natin ay si third quartile. So, ang magiging K mo na ngayon is 3. So, same process. 9 plus 1 is 10. 3 times 10 is 30. 30 divided by 4 is 7.5. At kapag third quartile, kay Mendenhall, anong gagawin? Round down. So, your position will be the 7th position. So, Q sub 3 is equal to 7th position. Okay? Now, para makuha yung value, count mo asan ng pang 7 dyan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the value of your third quartile. So, the value of your third quartile is equal to 27. So, therefore, since that is third quartile, 75% of the data has a value less than or equal to 27. So, ito daw po ang 75% ng data po. Okay po? Next, let's have example number 2. O, same pa din, using the Mendenhall and Sinsich method. So, given po natin is 10, 5, 5, 21, 7, 25, 30, 14, 18, 20, 10, and 12. And we will arrange the data from lowest to highest, which is our step number 1, or in ascending order. And then, ayan na siya. Your n will be equal to 12. Okay po? So, we are solving for the third decile, 7th decile, 45th percentile, and 88th percentile. And remember po, if you are using the Mendenhall and Sinsich method, all you have to do for the position is to round off. Okay po? Ayan. So, let's have our solution number 1. So, solution number 1 po natin, we are solving for the third decile. O, ilang percent po ito ng data nyo? Si third decile, ilang percent? This is the 30% of your data. So, ang magiging formula po ngayon kay decile is d sub k is equal to k over, saan siya nakadivide? Sa 10 na po. Okay? 10 times n plus 1. So, since you are solving for the third decile, si k po will be 3. And then, nakadivide na siya sa 10. And then, since your n is 12, we have here 12 plus 1. That is your first step. Next, solve mo na yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, 12 plus 1, that is 13. Ayan. So, remain lang si 3 over 10. And the next is you will multiply the numerator to the whole number and then copy the denominator. So, 3 times 13, we have 39. Divided by 10, we have 3.9. And of course, kapag po Mendenhall, kahit decile at percentile, we need to round off the position and then solve for the value. So, 3.9, round off, we have the fourth position. Nasa ng fourth position? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is the value of our third decile. Okay? So, third decile po natin is in fourth position. And then, after that, the value naman po ng ating third decile ay 10. Okay? And then, next, interpret. So, since that is the 30% of the data, therefore, 30% of the data has a value less than or equal to 10. So, this is the 30% of your data. Meaning, yung mga natira, yun yung 70%. Kasi ang total niyan is 100%. Okay? Next, sunod naman natin yung pangalawang hinahanap. Solution number 2, we are solving for the 7th decile naman. Since 7th decile lang tinatanong, pang ilang percent sa data mo yon? The 70% of your data. So, same pa din ang process. 12 plus 1, we have 13. Ayan. And then multiply. 7 times 13, we have 91. And then 91 divided by 10, we have 9.1. After nyan, round off. So, the position of your 7th decile is equal to 9th position. After nyan, nakuha mo na yung position, count mo para makuha mo naman ngayon yung value. So, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, ang 9 mo ngayon ay si 20. So, meaning, ang value po ng 7th decile mo ay 20, which is yung pang 9th position. So, what will be the interpretation? So, therefore, 70% of the data has a value less than or equal to 20. So, this is the 70% of your data. Okay, next. Solution number 3. And for our third Third solution, we are solving for the 45th percentile. Okay, 45th percentile, pag percentile ang pinag-uusapan po, ilang percent yan sa data nyo? That is the 45% of your data. So, same po. Ang formula lang po natin mababago kung saan naka-divide. We have P sub K is equal to K divided by 100 na. Kasi percentile na po siya. Ayan. So, we have here, since you're solving for the 45th percentile, 45 yung K over sa 100 kasi percentile po ang pinag-uusapan. And then 12 plus 1, we have 13. Multiply 45 times 13, that is 585. Divided by 100, we have 5.85. And again, kay Mendenhall, round off. Okay? So, 5.85 round off po. Therefore, your 45th percentile is in the 6th position. Ayan, count mo. Ano kaya yung value nun? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, we have the 45th percentile value is equal to 12. Therefore, 45% of the data has a value less than or equal to 12. Last, we are solving for the 88th percentile. Yan. So, since 88th percentile, of course, that is the 88% of your data. So, same, 12 plus 1, we have 13. Multiply, 88 times 13, we have 1,144, copy 100. So, divide, we got 11.44. Round off. So, the position of your 88th percentile is in the 11th position. Okay, kasi ni-round off po natin siya. So, what will be the value? So, count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, we have 25. Therefore, 88% of the data has a value less than or equal to 25. Okay? So, next. Ayan. Let's have another example. Dito naman, gagamitin natin si Mendenhall and Sensich method in solving for the position. But, for the value po, we are using the linear interpolation. So, meaning po, hindi po natin i-round off, hindi po natin i-round up, round down, yung nakuha nating position. As is, yung position na yon. And then after that, to solve for the value, we will interpolate. Okay? So, this is our given. 81, 87, 81, 90, 84, 92, 90, 85, 88, and 87. Of course, first step is we need to arrange the data from lowest to highest or in ascending order. So, it will become 81, 81, 84, 85, 87, 87, 88, 90, 90, 92, where n is equal to 10. So, count natin. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ayan. And here, we need to solve for the first quartile, fourth decile, and 77th percentile. Okay, using the linear interpolation. Okay, so let's have the first solution. And for the first solution po, we are using or we are solving for the first quartile. O again, since first quartile, ilang percent yan ang data mo? That is the 25% of your data. So, same po ang formula natin. Mendenhall pa din. Ayan. Ang magbabago lang po dito, hindi mo gagalawin yung makukuha po nating value sa position. Okay po? Ayan. So, we have here Q sub 1 since first quartile. Then, 1 po ang inyong magiging K. Divide it by 4, 10 plus 1 since our N is 10. So, add muna yung dalawa. We have 11 and then multiply. 1 times 11, copy the denominator. So, 11 divided by 4. So, we have 2 0.75. Okay? And that is the position. Yan na po yung position ninyo. Wala po kayong gagawin sa kanya. Okay? Hindi nyo round off, hindi nyo round down, round up. Okay, so now, nakita nyo na yung position po natin. Punta na po kayo dun sa naka-arrange po nating data. So, since 2.75th position, somewhere from second and third data. Ayan. So, nandito lang yan sa pagitan ni 81 tsaka ni 84. Kasi ito yung pang second, ito yung pang third. At 2.75. Okay? So, nasa pagitan lang ni 81 and 84. So, anong sunod mong gagawin ngayon? Interpolate po natin yung ating nakuhang sagot sa position. Okay, yan. Between 81 and 84. So, let's interpolate po. Ayan. Meaning, your 81 will be your A, 84 will be the B. And then, since that is 2.75, 0.75 will be your decimal part. Okay? So, we have this formula, higher value minus lower value times the decimal part plus the lower value, or B minus A times DP plus A. So, substitute to the formula, we have 84 minus 81, ayan, B minus A. DP is 0.75, and then A again is our 81. Okay, tapos, PEMDAS rule po tayo. So, gawin po muna natin yung nasa loob muna ng parenthesis. Tapos, as is na yung iba. Huwag mo munang galawin. So, 84 minus 81 po, that is 3. So, copy lang po si 0.75 plus 81. Next, meron pa rin po tayong naka-bracket. So, yun munang isa-solve natin bago po natin i-add sa 81. So, 3 times 0.75, that is 2.25. And then, after that, add, we have 2.25 plus 81. We got 83.25. And this will be the value of our first quartile. Okay? Ayan. Yan na po yung ating value. Gamit po si linear interpolation. So, therefore, 25% of the data has a value less than or equal to 83.25. Okay. Next, let's have the second solution. And for the second solution po, we are solving for the fourth decile. So, since fourth decile yan, ilang percent po yan ang data natin? That is the 40% of our data. Ayan. So, palitan lang po. Same pa din po yung formula natin. D sub k is equal to k. Divide lang po siya sa 10. And then n plus 1. So, since you are solving for the fourth decile, your k will be 4. Copy, divide 10. Tapos, n is 10. So, 10 plus 1, which is 11. Multiply the numerator to the whole number. Copy the denominator. 4 times 11, 44. Divided by 10, we have 4.4 position. Ayan. So, yan na po yung mismong position natin. Hindi po natin gagalawin kapag linear interpolation. Okay, so tingin ka ngayon sa data mo. Since 4.4 ang nakuha mo, between lang po yan sa 85 and 87. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Since 4.4, nandito lang yan sa pagitan ni 85 and ni 87. Okay, and ang decimal part po natin ay 0.4 or 0.40. Okay? So, gamitan po natin siya or interpolate po natin yung nakuha po nating decimal. Again, this is our given. And nasa pagitan po ni 85 and 87. So, this is your A. This is your B. And then, ang nakuha po natin is 4.4. So, ang decimal part po ay si 0.4 or si 0.40. Okay, so formula, D minus A times DP plus A. So, our B po is 87 minus 85, our A, times our DP po is 0.4 or 0.40, same lang naman po sila. And then our A is 85. And by following the PEMDAS rule po, we have 87 minus 85 is 2. And then copy. After that, 2 times 0.40, we have 0.80 or 0.8. And then after that, add to 85. So we got 85.80. So this is the value of our fourth decile. So we have 85.80. So therefore, 40% of the data has a value less than or equal to 85.80%. Okay? Or 85.80, which is the value. And that is the 40% of your data. Yan. Okay. And at last, we have the solution number 3. Ayan. We have to solve for the 77th percentile. Or, that is the 77% of your data. Ayan. So, formula po natin, same. P sub k is equals to k divide by 100 naman po. And then times n plus 1. So, since you are solving for 77 percentile, your k will be 77 divided by 100. And n is 10. So, we have 10 plus 1. Add, we have 11. 7 times 11, that is 77. Copy the denominator, which is 100. So, 77 divided 100, that is 7.7 position. Ayan. Okay, so that will be the position. So, tingin tayo sa data natin. Hanapin po natin yung ating magiging, isa-solve natin sa magiging value natin or yung i-interpolate po natin. So, we have 81. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Since 7.7, that is in between po ng values ni 88 tsaka ni 90. So, nasa pagitan lang po yan ng simula 88 hanggang 90. Si 77 percentile. So, interpolate po natin siya. Again, this is our data. So, 88 and 90, this will be your A, this will be your B. And then, since that is 7.7 po, 0.7 will be your decimal part. Di po natin isasama yung whole number, ha? Okay, so formula. B minus A times DP plus A. So, B po natin is 90 minus 88. And then, 0.7 or 0.70, that is just the same, plus 88. So, perform the indicated operation. We have 90 minus 88, that's 2. 2 times 0.70, that is 1.40. And then, add to 88, we got 89.40. And that will be the value of 77 percentile. So, therefore, 77% of the data has a value less than or equal to 89.40. Okay, again, in Mendenhall and Sinsich method po, in solving for the position in first quartile and third quartile, we will round up and round down. In decile and percentile po, we will round off. But in using the linear interpolation po as is yung ating magiging position, wala po kayong gagalawin. After po nun, mag-interpolate po tayo sa paghahanap ng kanyang value. Okay po? Ayan. So, we have here the materials. And for our materials po, we will answer and solve the following. But in this materials po, we will answer it in our synchronous classes. But you can try it also. Ayan. We have the average income in 1,000 pesos in 1985 for each of the 13 regions in the Philippines was 58, 31, 27, 38, 29, 20, 24, 21, 18, 23, 27, 28, and 24. So, all you have to do is to arrange. And then, given na po yung arrangement natin, letter A, you will find the third quartile, second decile, and 66th percentile using the Mendenhall and Sinsich method. Ibig sabihin, sa position po, may round up, round down, and round off. Dito naman sa letter B, you will find the first quartile, 8th decile, and 87th percentile using the linear interpolation. So, meaning, sa position po, wala kayong gagalawin. I-interpolate nyo po para makuha nyo yung value. Okay? So, pwede nyo na pong itry yan para makuha nyo na po yung sagot before pa po tayo mag-synchronous class. Okay? Ayan. So now, let's have the summary in our measures of position topic. Again, we have three, the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. First, we have the quartiles po. This is the distribution is divided into 4 equal parts and it has 3 score points. We have first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. Second, we have the deciles. The distribution is divided into 10 equal parts. So we have here 9 score points. So first decile, 10%, second decile, 20%, third decile, 30%, and so on and so forth. Hanggang sa makabot ka sa 9th decile, which is the 90% of your data. Okay, third, we have the percentiles. The distribution is divided into 100 equal parts, so meaning these have a 99 score points. So first percentile, 1%, second percentile, 2%, third percentile, 3%, and so on hanggang makaabot ka sa 99 percentile, which is the 99% of your data. Okay? That is all for our today's lesson. If you have questions, you can ask me directly in our synchronous class or you can comment it down below. So thank you for watching this video.